Hello everyone, welcome back to Sawyer Studios, and I am doing my annual, this is the third year in a row that I'm doing this, everyone, my annual Thanksgiving foods comparison to the LEGO Star Wars sets of this year. So I will be saying which LEGO Star Wars sets of 2022 perfectly match, or maybe not so perfectly, but best match Thanksgiving foods. Here we go, let's get into it. First, we have, of course, the turkey. It's like the staple food for Thanksgiving. And what LEGO said is that that is the ATT Walker. The turkey is just so historic. Like, it's just, I know that the ATT Walker that we didn't see one until the second episode of Star Wars Attack of the Clones, but it's still part of that OG saga. And we've been, for so long, only had the OG saga of Star Wars. And you could argue that yes, we also had, like the Christmas special, and the Ewok or whatever, and then we had the 2003 Clone Wars series, that cartoon, which is pretty good. But like overall, the six main movies is the original trilogy and the prequels. And as far as I'm concerned, for me, ever since growing up as a kid, the ATT Walker has been just a staple vehicle in the Star Wars universe. It's the ATT Walker and the Gunjet. Those two are just like there. Now, they're not as OG as the Imperial Star Destroyer, the TAM-TV4, but as far as the turkey goes, from this year, I do believe that the ATT Walker is there. I mean, the turkey, you have seasoning, you have all these and sometimes if you're lucky, you have the relative that knows how to really cook the turkey, like they stuff it with the good vegetables and the seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, all that stuff. And so Lego really knew how to make a good ATT Walker. You open up that bad boy, it has a great interior, comes with great minifigs, it just comes with a great variety of flavors that Lego has provided for us. I think they just did it the best. This is the best ATT Walker I believe that Lego's ever come up with. And sometimes it's just somehow, whenever you have Thanksgiving turkey, it just always seems like, wow, this is the best turkey I've ever had. The ham is the UCS Razor Crest, because the ham, it's not as traditional as the turkey. We haven't had ham at Thanksgiving dinner, for a very long time. It's sort of more on the newer edge of what are we gonna have for Thanksgiving? Let's have a ham. So we have the UCS Razor Crest. Hasn't been around for that long, but it definitely is gonna find its way into the repertoire of the Star Wars ships and vehicles that's just gonna shout Star Wars. And so the Mandalorian, fairly TV show that Disney has put out, but the Razor Crest is very likely going to be that, yes, when I think of Star Wars, the Razor Crest is one of those ships that I think of. No longer just the Mandalorian, but Star Wars itself, the Razor Crest. And I know they blew up in season 2, but, spoiler alert.
Why are you the way that you are?
It's still part of that, it's still part of the memory. And so the set is amazing. It's beautiful. It has that crisp, it just has that shimmer to it when you look at it. Sort of like if you cook the ham just right, you get that nice glossy skin, and it's just beautiful. Mashed potatoes is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. Now, mashed potatoes, everyone sort of tries to make it different each year. Honestly, it's like, okay, it's mashed potatoes, it's gotta be mashed potatoes. Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, we've gotten plenty of Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighters. We've gotten plenty of Jedi Starfighters, so what makes this one so different? It's really the Kamino minifigures. So you always have the one relative who's like, I'm gonna bring mashed potatoes this year, and then they interweave it with cheddar or something, or cheddar and gravy, and they just add something extra special. It's like, oh, well, I've had mashed potatoes before, but this is new. And so nothing really new about the Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, but what makes it new is that nice little Kamino minifigure. So someone put cheese and mashed potatoes this year. Gravy is the Lars Family Homestead kitchen. I chose this because gravy's great. You just pour it on top of something. It's sort of like the last thing that you put on top. You have your entire plate of Thanksgiving foods, and then you just take the gravy and you just dump it on top. Well, you know what? I have a plate. We had, May the 4th, that day, we had a plate full of Lego Star Wars sets that we wanted. We put it up on the counter, and what did the Lego employees do? Oh, you got over, what was it, $200 or something like that? Let's just put some gravy on top. Let's just put a nice gift with purchase right on top, and that's why that set is the gravy. The sweet potato casserole is the Republic fighter tank, because no one really expected anyone to bring sweet potato casserole. It's more like something where it's like, oh, I hope it comes, but you don't really actually think it's gonna happen. And then all of a sudden it happens. You're like, oh my gosh, we have sweet potato casserole, and it's like it finds its way into the dinner aisle, not really the dessert aisle, so it sort of has like this dual like identity. So this Republic Fighter tank, it's a great Republic Fighter tank. I think it's greatly priced, but has an amazing Mace Windu minifigure. Comes with 3 purple clones we've never had before, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect this. This is sweet. Like, this is awesome. The stuffing is the Boba Fett's throne room. Why is the stuff in that? Well, it's because Boba Fett's throne room, have you seen it? It's stuffed with a lot of stuff. And stuffing, everyone makes their stuff in a different way. But the more the flavors and the more that they get to know each other in the pot while cooking, the better the stuffing is. And let me tell you, LEGO stuffed this set full of great minifigures that we have either not gotten or not gotten in a very long time. And the set of just the Boba Fett's palace, once again, from the OG trilogy, even though it's being used from the Book of Boba Fett, which is a new TV show. And I feel like if we were to go back to old days stuffing, just like back in the olden days, it'd be like, okay, yeah. But stuffing, I feel like, has just evolved, at least in my family. Every time we bring stuffing over, I feel like when we don't get it in like just a package, or even the package, even the pre-packaged stuffing, I feel like it's getting better and better and better. The more you make stuffing, the more you can improve on your stuffing. And so this comes back from roots of history, but in reality, the stuffing itself, it just keeps getting better. And let me tell you, putting the Jabba's palace, or Bib Fortuna's palace, or whatever his palace in the Book of Boba Fett really gave it a nice new spin to it. Cranberry sauce is ambush on Ferrix. Not everyone likes cranberry sauce. Not everyone likes Andor. Andor is sometimes, it's like, okay, I really like Andor, but, it's just, some people might not. And so the cranberry sauce is not for everyone. You do bring it because you know that some people will want it, some people will get it. But in reality, cranberry sauce is cranberry sauce. And the Andor set is the Andor set. Raspberry cranberry jello salad. I had this a lot when I was a kid because I had that one relative that would always bring it and it would never get fully eaten because not a lot of people liked it either. It was even less popular than cranberry sauce, so this is the Dark Troopers attack. I know some people like the Dark Troopers attack. In my opinion, I really hated that set this year, and so that's why this is my raspberry cranberry jello salad. It's just because it's like, what are you? Like, you're a hallway. And you come with 4 figs, and you're overpriced, and the elevator doesn't even like fully turn Luke holding the lightsaber or whatever. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, this set just makes no sense. A cranberry jello salad just makes no sense. Are you supposed to be sour? Are you supposed to be sweet? It's supposed to be an appetizer? It's supposed to be a dessert? It's supposed to be an entree? It's like, make up your mind. Pecan pie is the Inquisitor Scythe Transport. The Scythe Transport, I mean, it's like, are you, what are you? Are you one of those, like, Republic hover lift tanks? Are you a shuttle? Are you a triangle? Are you an Imperial shuttle? Are you, like, what are you? The pecan pie, it's like, are you a nut? Are you a dessert? It doesn't really know what it is. In all seriousness, I really love the Inquisitor Scythe Transport. It's just, I wanted to make it a little fun of the ship, just because the ship itself, in my opinion, looks a little dorky in its design with the short wings and the big body. But in all seriousness, I think the Inquisitor Transport set is a phenomenal set. I just had to put it here on the pecan pie because it just fits so well. Pumpkin pies are dioramas. Everyone expects, like, oh, it's like someone's gonna bring pumpkin pie, but is it gonna be seasoned the same? Are we gonna have, like, is it gonna be cinnamon? Is there gonna be nutmeg? What type of seasoning are we gonna have in this pumpkin pie mixture? Someone gonna make it from scratch? Someone gonna make it from a can, from a mix? Someone bringing their own, like grandmother's secret recipe? What's the lattice gonna look like on top? Are we gonna have like the checkerboard? Are we gonna have nice pumpkin designs? Are we gonna have no lattice whatsoever? Is the crust made? Is it not? And so the dioramas is just like, oh yes, we know that dioramas are coming. We know that they're going to come out and that LEGO's going to continue to make dioramas. But it's like, what's next? What's going to happen here? Is it going to be this scene? Is it going to be that scene? It's still going to be sweet and they're all going to look amazing. But, how is it going to look amazing? Which scene are we doing and what are we choosing? So it's just the good old-fashioned dessert. I think the dioramas are just like that nice thing that you can always look forward to and you will never be disappointed. Well, maybe the price would disappoint you, but you wouldn't have to pay for pumpkin pie because someone's brought it. Green bean casserole is the justifier, and the reason why I think that is because the green bean casserole doesn't get brought a lot. It's because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money. And I don't know how you guys make green bean casserole, maybe you get mixed, but my family, we always make it from scratch, and it's just, it's a lot. It's expensive, and and then you make an entire like little pan of it, but then it doesn't really serve that many people, and so many people take it, and so you just have to sit back and ask yourself like, okay, this is great, I love it. Was it really worth the money though? You know, like, it's pretty pricey, and it's not that it's bad. It's just, is it worth my blood, sweat, and tears to make this? Well, I'm probably gonna get not a lot of it, and most of it goes to everyone else, and we probably would have just been just as satisfied with just turkey and regular green beans. Bread Rolls is the Clone Trooper Command Station, the minifigure pack. And I guess you could also throw in the Defense with Hoth as well, but it is just like, oh, bread roll, yes, I'll take one. Oh, I'll take two. Oh, you know, on my way to the bathroom, I'll take a bread roll in there. Yeah, on my way to get a third plate of food, I'll get a bread roll. Oh, sis, you're not gonna finish your bread roll? Let me have your bread roll. It's just like, oh, yes, like, you get a bread roll, you get a bread roll, everyone gets a bread roll. And so the minifigure pack is $15, you just chuck it in your cart and like, oh yeah, I'll get a minifig pack. Sure, why not? Why should I not get a minifig pack? Cornbread. It's sort of like the bread roll, but it's just a little bit richer, so you can't really do the same thing. Sure, it's like, I'll just get a piece of cornbread, but in reality, it's like the bread roll, it's just a little bit easier to digest. The cornbread kind of has some extra baggage there. So you have the Snowtrooper Battle Pack as that, and the reason why is just because it's $5 more expensive. So, you know, it's sort of like the same concept, like, oh, just chuck in a Battle Pack, but it's just like, it's just $5 more compared to the Clone Trooper Command Station, and that's just like easier. Sure, I'm getting one less minifig, but it's Clone Troopers. I mean, what's there to go wrong with that? Butternut Squash Soup is the Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. It's just like, who wanted this? And people try to make it look all fancy because they know it's not going to be the popular dish, and they might spruce it up with some minifigs, or maybe just like how they present the soup. But in reality, it's like, okay, who's really going to eat the butternut squash soup? Like, let's be real here. Also, that was really ironic that the butternut squash soups can sort of maybe look like the fire that Darth Vader like chucked Obi-Wan in, or maybe it's lava and it's just like Mustafar. But anyway, yeah, that said is just like why'd they even bother? You know, that's what I say to my relatives when they bring that and says, why'd you even bother? You know, is this you know you just gotta take it home and then freeze it and then just have butternut squash soup. They must really love butternut squash soup, let me tell you. Ice cream is the Hoth ATST, because it's like, what do you, this is Thanksgiving, you know, we have pie, you brought ice cream. Sort of like, just like, okay, I haven't been around for too long, don't really know what the Thanksgiving acceptable foods are, I just decided to bring ice cream. Everyone kind of looks at you weird, like, oh yeah, thanks, thank you, that's exactly what we needed. ATST Walker, the Hoth one, it's like, oh sure, that's cool, that's new, no one really wanted this. It's okay. I built it and it's an ATST. Doesn't even have room for 2 people. I'm pretty sure it only seats 1 person. So it's like, you know what? I mean, also ice cream, you know, cold, Hoth, cold, just, I'm grasping at straws here. Cornucopia. And you were probably wondering, why wasn't this the turkey? But it's the UCS Luke's Landspeeder. And here's why it's not the turkey. Cornucopia is traditional. You know, it goes back farther, probably, than the turkey, honestly. And just like that, the symbol of it, and it's like the UCS Luke's Landspeeder, yes, we all know. It's, you know, it's one of the main vehicles in A New Hope. Luke's riding around in it. We've seen it in so many scenes, but it's like, everyone's kind of like, over it. You know, I'm just kind of over the Luke's Landspeeder. I know LEGO keeps making them, but it's like, bruh, you know, like, move on. You know, I haven't seen a cornucopia in like years. I don't even remember the last time someone said the word cornucopia, let alone Luke's Landspeeder. So, just like, just dude, you're living too far in the past. Like, come on, this is 2022. Come on, guys. Finally, the centerpiece is BD1. It's like, well, it looks nice, it looks great. It's only for display, not really for touching, but it's like I spent so much money on it. Is really was that worth it? Like, would this table not look as good if I didn't have the centerpiece versus if I just chose not to have the centerpiece? Wouldn't the table just look the same? Really, like, does anyone really care? I mean, I can display it year after year. Sure, it's a, like a down payment. I guess it's an investment, but I mean, put it in the closet. You're gonna buy another centerpiece next year. You're gonna forget that it's in there. I don't know. It seems like for display, no one touch it. It's just expensive for maybe not the best of reasons. All right, everyone. That's my Soy Studios compares Thanksgiving foods to the 2022 Lego Star Wars sets. That's a mouthful, just like the Thanksgiving food. See what I did there? Like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord. Click the bell icon so you get notified when I post new content. And as always, see you on the next video. Peace out.